Hi, my name is Riley. I'm the creative mind behind 4 Waves Design Co. and I make crafty stickers which live in between the worlds of functional stickers and decorative stickers. They can be used in either way depending on what your needs are. Usually my needs are creativity, so I usually tend towards decorative. And you already know that I am launching a mail club. It is something I'm super excited about. I've been thinking about doing this for so long, but it's never quite felt right. I just always felt like there was something missing. And now I am fully ready to do this, and part of that is me coming out with these crafty stickers this year. I have just loved them. It's the only journaling system that I have stuck to. We're halfway through the year, so I can confidently say that now. At some point, it's not product testing anymore when you just keep using this stuff. So I am super excited. If you don't know what a mail club is, it's usually a monthly subscription where you receive a letter in the mail that also contains a bunch of little fun goodies. Things like bookmarks and postcards and art prints and all kinds of stuff. There are so many mail clubs out there and I am tempted to subscribe to all of them, but that would be a lot of mail. And I'm just really excited to show like my take on a mail club and share my crafty stickers with people. So I've worked really hard to make all of my crafty products very modular so that people can mix and match and pick and choose what works best for them. And that's why they work for me, is because you can do that with them. And so I wanted to stay true to that when it came to building out the tiers for my mail club. There will be 3 tiers. They each build on top of each other. So the first tier would just be the duo of the month. And when I say just, it's still, you get a lot out of these. I can fill an entire page in my journal with just 2 sheets, and I tested this a lot. I made a lot of full spreads of just cute little designs, and I love making them, and you can easily spread these out across, you know, your month in your journal as you're planning, as you're doing other things. And this is really for the people who don't need all the extra frills. One of the things that stops me from signing up from a lot of mail clubs is like they can very quickly become clutter, and I don't want that. And I don't want you to be overwhelmed month by month as more stuff is coming that you haven't used. So if you have a lot more self-control than I do and you're willing to wait to build up your collection of crafty stickers, I would recommend just going with the first tier, because that's all you really need to have a steady flow of a creative outlet, and that's what these are made for. The next tier up will have that same duo, but then extra things. So the second tier will always get a card like this, and these are perfect for changing out as covers on my mini notebooks. So everything is intended to go into these so that everything can stay contained. Again, I can't deal with clutter. I mean, I have it everywhere. Everything around me is clutter. That shelf, yeah. So I want something that you can easily keep contained and it all goes together. So again, you get one of these cards every month. The other side of it will always have something different, and that will be a mail club exclusive, so that won't be available anywhere else. This is the version that will be in my shop. So if you like this gingham and strawberry theme, you can get that there. And then let's see, extra other goodies. You could potentially get more sticker sheets or other things like stuff I mentioned before. So like postcards, bookmarks, stuff like that. Extra activities, extra guided things for you to use your crafty stickers with. I have a lot of ideas. I could sit here all day and tell you all the things you could potentially get, but I want to keep some things a surprise so that you don't have any spoilers when you are receiving your mail club. Then the final tier is like all of that stuff plus extra functional stickers. Like I said before, crafty stickers are meant to be between decorative and functional stickers, But I do have some stickers that are purely functional. These are things like calendars and habit trackers and days of the week headers. So if you truly want to use these in your planner, those help make like calendars and your weekly spreads and stuff like that. And I have really enjoyed using mine. And those will also be within the same color palette that everything else is in, so they all are cohesive. Like I said earlier, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a really, really long time, and I have always talked myself out of it. And I am still trying to talk myself out of it as I am like actively trying to launch it. And so to combat that, I decided to give myself a challenge of creating month 0 of the Crafty Mail Club, which means no one can sign up for month 0, and it is only for me. I did this so I can get over that fear of what if nobody signs up, because nobody can sign up. Like, I am making my worst fear absolutely happen, because then it's like, okay, then what? And like, these crafty stickers started because they were for me and I enjoy them and I like them, and I am confident that there are other people out there that will feel the same way, and it's my job to find those people. Just something I know I need to work on a lot, because that was something that I've always struggled with in my business, is to find the right people. And I'm ready to lock in and do that more. So this gingham strawberry, sorry, it's not available. It's for me. This is month 0, and I still am working on some things, and I'll show you some of the stuff from earlier today as I built this out. As of right now, I'm feeling very good. So any of the troubleshooting you see from earlier, don't worry, I figure things out like I always do. Today has really gotten away from me. I have so much to do. I had set a deadline to have products ready for like photos and sharing them on here, and that was an hour and a half ago, and I'm still nowhere near being done. I know I need to share more. I know I need to put things out and find people that get it. But I also still have this desire, or I guess pressure on myself, to have everything polished and have everything, and like present myself as if I know what I'm doing, which I do for the most part. But I think it's really important to show how much trial and error, how much troubleshooting is involved in running a creative small business. I went back and watched some of my early videos, and that girl did not know what she was doing. But it was so good to see that, and to see like, oh, she didn't know what she was doing, but she figured it out, because like, I have the knowledge of all of the things I was troubleshooting at that time, and using that knowledge now to troubleshoot new things so that I can come out with new things and grow. I'm still trying to find kind of like a middle ground. I want to have things ready to show, but I also want to show the process of getting those things ready. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I currently have most of the month 0 kit done. I have the color palette to start with, so that means I have the first tier done, because it's just the color palette and that's it. For the main tier, I still need one more thing. So for most month, well actually for every month, I am planning on having some kind of cover card. You can use one side as a new cover for a mini notebook every month, and then the other side will have something on it that will change every month. And then I will have the duo, and then something else. And I predict that most months that something else will be 2 more sticker sheets of my choosing. Just with production side of things, that makes the most sense to me, but I don't want to promise that, because I have so many ideas for other things that aren't stickers. So I'm not going to promise that every month, because it's not going to happen every month. But for this for this 0 month, I'm just going to do 4 sticker sheets. But I'm still stuck on that last sheet. I haven't decided, but it's also the whole point of doing month 0 was to remove the pressure of making things perfect. And like, I've already done that with my first bonus sheet. I did not put in the time that I would normally do, which it still looks fine. It's still completely acceptable, but I tinker way too much with things and I'm a perfectionist. So I have that at a point where I'm not allowing myself to tinker with it anymore, but that final sheet that I need for that kit is completely blank. So that is my biggest obstacle now. I have my like cutesy paper done, I have my letter done, I have the planner add-on done, so it's really just this last sheet that I need. And I think I need one more, yeah, I need one more blurb. I decided, at least for this month, I don't know if I'm gonna do it every month, but I have like an info sheet of like what's in the month and why I chose it, because I do put a lot of thought into these things, and I probably overanalyze and overconceptualize and like attribute meaning to things where there is none. Like, I have strawberries this month and that's meaningful to me, and I know that doesn't mean anything to other people. So I think it would be good to have that, to show people why I chose things and to show them what they mean to me, and hopefully it will be a motivating message to other people. I've procrastinated. I still don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I just need to take a break for a minute, which it's really hard to do when I feel like I'm falling behind. It's to take a break and walk away from it, because every time I walk away from a problem, I figure it out right when I get back. So that is what I will do. Actually, I need to eat. So that is what I'm gonna do. I've eaten, I feel much better. As soon as I started cooking, I thought of what to put on my info sheet, so that's done. I immediately went back to my office as things were cooking to write it down so I didn't forget, because I'm trying to be better about writing down my ideas and my plans, because I feel like I have good ideas and then I just forget about them and they never happen. I have everything except for that last sticker sheet. The only idea I can think of is to do something related to Christmas in July. I picked a color palette that works for summer and for holiday, but I want Christmas in July to be its own thing. I don't want it to be part of this kit, and I have to keep reminding myself that the whole point of making this kit and making it only for myself is to remove pressure. This isn't for anybody else. It doesn't have to be completely marketable. I mean, I still want it as an example of what you could get, but it doesn't have to work for a wide audience. I try to make everything very functional and very versatile, because that's what works for me, and that just so happens to be helpful because it could work for other people, because there's a lot of different ways to use it. So I don't want to do something kind of like a throwaway, but I also just need to do it and let it be imperfect. Or I could put a different extra, but I don't know what that would be. I want to like print and actually put together everything so I can see it all laid out, and I know that would help me figure out that last item, but I'm pretty sure I want it to be a sticker sheet. And the way these sticker sheets work is I put 4 sticker sheets to a letter size sheet, so I just have a blank quadrant on my page, and I mean, I could just put a random sticker sheet in there, but then when I do figure out this last one, then I'd have to print a whole nother sheet. And part of the reason why I'm leaning towards, for the most of months, doing 4 sheets is it's just easier to print 1 sheet per member. So I don't know. What I could do is print 2 sets of the duo and then a full sheet of the strawberry sheet, and then I can use the extra strawberry sheets for freebies and other orders, and that way all of it is usable, but then that still leaves the need to make that last thing. I have felt really good as I've been creating this. I mean, I've been stumped a few times and I'm unsure if I will reach my deadline, but then like things just come to me, and it has felt very natural that it's coming together, and I do think that this is doable within a week time frame, which is what I gave myself for this one. But I'm like on the last thing and I just am stumped and I don't know what to do. The other idea I just came up with is to do an extra sheet of crafty stickers, so to add 2 more colors to the color palette, and I think that's what I am gonna do for the first month anyway, and so it's a better indication of what people will get. But the question is, what colors do I pick? So the strawberries themselves have an extra color on them, so that is an easy pick. The main 2 sheets are sheets I already have. The majority of my sheets are monochrome. They are 2 different shades of the same hue, and so I have my pink and my green are the monochrome ones I have, and the extra color is a yellow. I think technically it's in my orange range, and I don't like the other color on that monochrome sheet, so I need to figure out one color. Here's where I'm at. I found the last color that I think I'm gonna use. My only hesitation is there's a really strong chance that I would use those same 2 colors of that extra sheet in month 1, and again, no one's actually getting this, so it wouldn't matter that I'm repeating something from month 0 to month 1, and I would never do that again of repeating back-to-back month. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. Well, if you haven't learned already, I'm the queen of distractions. I'm getting ready to cut out all my stickers, and for some reason I never remember my cut settings for these particular stickers. I am using a different paper than I use for my gift tags, and gift tags I was like cranking those out, so I knew all of the numbers, like the sizes of things, the settings and everything, like off the top of my head, because I have to adjust them all the time. So with these, I'm not currently printing them very often. I'll print a bunch and cut a bunch at the same time, so I just haven't committed it to memory yet. But I have written down for all of my cut settings that I do for different papers. But I was flipping through this notebook. I have multiple notebooks that were meant to be business plans and business ideas, and like also archiving the stuff I've made. I showed you a little bit of one of them. I started that notebook with my old sticker kits, and those didn't go anywhere, which I was like, I'm gonna start using this one again for shop stuff. And I did like a year at a glance, but I only did the first 6 months of 2026, and it's funny that like I'm starting now in July and I don't have anything past that in here. So that was just funny to me that I start things and don't see them through. But that ending, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I pulled out this notebook to look at that post-it that had my cut settings, and I just went to put this away. Again, I'm constantly distracted. The one thing I have been doing today, which like I don't want to pat myself on the back for doing a very simple thing, but it's also like hard to start habits, and so you should congratulate yourself for the little things because those add up. So today when well, not every time, but again, I've done it more than I've done it before, which is a win. Anyway, I have written down things that I need to do in the future instead of dropping what I'm doing currently to do the thing that is not a priority. It's not groundbreaking, but I really struggle with staying on task and figuring out what my priorities are and staying on those tasks specifically. Last night I was supposed to do a lot of this work, a lot of the design stuff. None of it happened. I got distracted. I worked on something I shouldn't have. I have the cut settings. I'm going to cut things now. Another thing I wanted to mention about this notebook in particular, I started using that notebook in 2021 with bullet journal and planning stickers that I designed then, and never really, just kind of a running theme in my shop of having designs that I never release. Things don't go anywhere because no one can buy things that you don't put out, and even when you do list things, you have to share them. People have to know that they're there. It sounds so simple as I say it out loud, but like it took me a long time to figure out. Your work is good enough. You are good enough. The problem is not your product. Problem is you're not sharing it. You're not finding people who would like it. You are not telling people that you're a business and that you have products for sale and that they would like your product. That is the problem. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. So don't don't take it personally, but hopefully there's someone out there that's in that same spot. Because there's a lot of things that I wish somebody would have told me or that I would have figured out sooner, and that's the best advice that's out there, is people saying this is what I wish I knew when I started. So I have been thinking about making a whole video about that, but we'll see. Ooh, so cute. Okay, so here's our strawberry sheet. Simple, easy. This is, again, a design I never released, so now I'm getting use out of it. Technically, I'm still not releasing it. I didn't consider that. But I'm getting use out of it, and I'm gonna share it. I've never shared it. How about that? Okay, it's progress. The main color palette, boom. And this is the like bonus accent color sheet. So yeah, that's what I've cut so far. I still need to cut the planner add-on. I'm really liking how things are coming together. The other thing that I want to work on, but it's not top priority, especially since I've already printed these, and so I can't do it for this one anymore. But on all of my sticker sheets, there's like a little bit of space at the top and bottom of just empty space that's still cuttable in the design software. So I can still put stickers and things up there. They're just not part of the sticker sheets. Try to use as much paper as I can so I'm not wasting anything. But with all of my test prints, with all of my past orders and everything, I just accumulate a lot more of those extra bits. I use them a lot in my packaging. I usually make just like long strips out of some of them, and if you've ordered from me before, you'll see them like along the flap of your envelope, but those just accumulate. I have so many. I still have some from when I first opened, and so I'm trying to see what other things I can put up there. And ideally, like I said, with the main set having 4 sheets, it would be so nice to have everything I need on one sheet. So I want to have all of the packaging little bits and bobs on these sheets, especially since every month is going to have a different theme, and I want those extra stickers to be part of that theme. That's still a work in progress. I did make some that go with this theme, and I'm definitely not going to use them all, but that's fine. I just like have so many of my other stuff that I just needed something different, and so I'm like, okay, I'll just have a bunch of strawberries and I'll find something to do with those. I don't really have a good way to like show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it, so sorry, I'm just like updating you as I go and not really showing you what I'm doing. I feel like I had a much better setup to do that previously. I have things in the works. I laminated some stuff and now I'm just cutting it open because I only want it laminated on one side per page. But so I used to work in a school, and there's like heated debate over lamination methods, and I am in the camp that you have to leave lamination around the edge of things to keep it laminated, because really the lamination is adhering to itself around the edges, blah blah blah. It's a whole thing. It's a huge debate amongst educators, so this kind of grinds my gears. I know this is an acceptable method on laminating stickers and paper and stuff. It just, if there was a way to do it the other way, I would. But I honestly would rather do cold lamination, but I have thermal lamination and I want to use what I have before making changes and upgrades and stuff, because there are a lot of upgrades that I would want to do down the line, but this works perfectly fine for now. So I quickly realized today that I'm not getting the photos that I thought I would this morning of all of these finished products. I'm just now printing the letter and extra paper that goes in these, like the info page and other stuff, but I'm realizing all the other stuff that I still need to have for launch that I haven't done yet. Luckily, most of it I like know for sure what I'm gonna do. It's just a matter of actually making it, which is still time consuming and mentally taxing, but not as mentally taxing as looking at a blank page and trying to figure out what to put on it. So I'm gonna continue working on all that stuff. This was the other side of that lamination pouch. It's a bunch of Crafty Club stickers. So I still need to cut those out, and these will go in the little welcome packets for new members. And I am really tempted to put one on my water bottle, but I know I'm gonna do that later. I'm like so bad at like thinking about content and marketing, and all that marketing stuff is gonna have to happen in the future. So just like I have to hold myself back from using my new kit, I have to myself back from using these. But yeah, I'm really happy with these. I think they're really cute, and I'm gonna keep chugging along. I've worked like a full work day, which I have not done in a very long time when it comes to my small shop, and it feels good, but it's also very tiring because I don't know how to take breaks. So I have not made die cut stickers like this in a very long time, and I had the hardest time trying to make them, I remember, and I like swore off ever making die cut stickers again. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna give it another shot. I'm gonna try. I realized the mistake I made, and it was a simple fix, but by the time I realized what I had done, like I had already moved on from that project. Anyway, I just pulled up my trusty notebook to see my cutting settings, and these seem way off. Which is probably part of the reason I had so many problems last time, because I have the settings for cutting around my sticker sheets normally. This is the same paper that I'm using for the crafty stickers, but with the lamination you have to cut a little bit deeper, and these settings are not as strong as the ones that I use for the regular paper. So I'm gonna play around with that a little bit and see what happens. Fingers crossed everything works out okay. So I just cut the stickers. You know how I said that it was like a really simple problem that like I'll never do again? Well, I pretty much confirmed exactly what I did last time, because I definitely did it again. So yeah, I'm gonna send it again, and I can't believe I did that. All right, here we go.